Once I can get the link,
Yeah. Once
got the
again.
live, YouTube. Hit a brother off with the link up in this piece. Let's do this.
Yep. I'll send it to the people.
Yeah, I'm getting it out.
So did everybody have a good fourth while we're waiting on the link to come
Yeah.
on through?
Yeah, fireworks and good
Excellent.
food.
Excellent.
I'm.
Everybody kept their fingers and thumbs this year?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I know,
No.
right?
No. No. Nick Youngs. No
No.
Nick
I was
Youngs.
I was definitely expecting something.
Hey
I guess
man.
everybody learned their lesson from last year.
Well, apparently in Florida they're just falling asleep in cars and in museums.
Yeah, I saw that part.
I was like, what are y'all going through? We just we just need these cats to make it through June and July. Like, what's really going on?
Right. Right, man.
All right, I got it.
So you got it.
I got it. So let me post it up in this other group that they're waiting on it in.
Oh, that's right. I forgot, Lanice. You like the groupie in a good way.
Yeah, man,
All
I've
the
been trying to
groups.
let the people know. So I was like, okay, here we go. And so then they're like, I was like, we're going live and so and so. Where's the? Hey, man, y'all know we gotta wait for them to get here.
Right. Right. So I'm gonna keep this thing open. Last week I had a little comment that was posted on a comment. Somebody hit me with a comment, and I didn't even see it. So I'm gonna keep going
Oh,
back and
for the
forth
Q
there a
and
little
A.
bit. Yeah, it's all good. It is all good, man. I'm sure the three of us can have a great conversation. Hopefully, Dwayne will pop up in here at one point. But
Yeah, I saw
dude,
last week where an old girl was like, "Where do I comment?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't see that until after the show.
right,
My
and I
bad."
told her,
I was like, "My
oh,
bad,
my bad.
my
She loves some,
bad."
yeah, yeah. Mine's cool though. But yeah, man, y'all gonna have to help me out on a few things on the free agency thing, cause I done had my head buried. Like this weekend, I was like the ostrich, had my head buried. I come up and I see tweets and everybody losing their damn mind about Kevin Durant.
Well, here's
got
what we
sti-
know: the
got
money is free flowing in the NBA.
Yeah, they
What
okay.
they
printing money.
have is racks on racks on stacks on stacks. Okay, they
So
got all of that in the
before we get
NBA.
anything into KD, hit me off with some things that you heard. I mean, did I see that Jamal Crawford went to Cleveland?
No, he's still on the
Nah,
Clippers.
Okay,
he's with the Clippers.
I was about to say
He's
that's
with the
not
Clippers.
right.
Hmm.
That's just unfair. If we talking about unfair KD, shoot, cats be sleeping on Jamal Crawford.
Now Cleveland lost Dellavedova.
They lost
That ain't no loss.
Dellavedova.
That's right. I saw
The
Dellavedova but he
Warriors.
got paid to go somewhere. Like,
Yeah, Milwaukee, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. The Warriors lost. Was it Bogart
Yeah,
and
Bogut.
Bogut
Barnes
and Barnes.
and
Hmm.
That's no
Barnes?
Barnes, whatever. But yeah, Bogut. That's
And I
a
think Zealy about to be out of there too, if he's
If
not already.
Zealy leaves, that's going to be interesting because that leaves them with their two best defensive centers gone. That's
Yeah.
They're
interesting.
not worried about defense.
They
Hey man.
obviously are not worried about
Hey
defense.
man. But I need you to be worried about defense.
I mean,
we
good
we just
lord.
rematched the other week. We had a
Right,
full conversation about, okay, obviously when the shooter's shot is not falling and you're not gonna shoot
you got
yourself
to
out of
stop
that,
somebody, man.
I'm gonna need you to stop somebody else's shot from falling. And you
I don't
essentially the
care.
dudes that play defense, you chucked up the deuces on all of them. And with Durant's contract, if not before the trade deadline or at least at the end of this season, either Draymond Green or Iguodala probably is gonna have to go too. So like if
they'll
y'all ain't got
probably.
nobody to play defense, and my
Mm.
understanding how I've usually seen things done is that when you lose to a team, you add pieces, tweak what you have to be able to beat the team that just beat you in the championship. Because chances are you might see them again. The Warriors did none of that. The only one in this deal that had a come up was Kevin Durant. He's the only one.
I
He
Or
mean,
came all
or
the
they
way
just
up. He came all the way up.
just make their strength stronger. Just go for that. And then
I
Just
mean,
we
just
can
gonna shoot
score.
everybody out the gym dollar. Shoot
That's it.
everybody out the gym.
well,
We got Chip Kelly. Right, we got Chip Kelly on the 49ers. And now
right,
we got offense in Golden State. We just gonna
right.
run offense. That's it.
Let me just go ahead and get into it, Durant, because ain't nothing else more interesting than this. But I mean, Picasso losing their mind. But like you said, at the end of the day, like I told somebody, okay, yeah, we can joke about it. They go to, like you said, they still got to stop some cats and they still got to make them shots, man. I mean, if you think about the series against Cleveland, let's just be honest, right? I mean, LeBron and Kyrie showed their butts, and Cleveland won. I mean, woo, okay. Steph Curry could have played better. Clay could have played whatever. But there were a lot of open shots at one point that were missed, and it could have been a result of them having to play defense and their legs got tired. You know what I'm saying, Tori? Make the jump shooters play a little D, beat them up a little bit, and they missed those open shots. But the point is, if they would have hit a few more shots, some of the last game was close. So the worst, but what I'm saying is the worst thing you could do is give up your defense, because guess what? You might be in that same situation again where they beam you up and making you play a little D, and then you don't have nobody to block any shots now. Like, you giving up all your centers, and you know how 7-footers are rare.
Yeah.
Decent 7-footers are rare in the NBA, so that's gonna be tough.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, Durant can't play center, can he? Can he play 5?
Playing devil's advocate here. They have, if you think about all those shots they missed. A lot of those shots was Harrison Barnes. Point. Now put Kevin Durant in the shoes of
it's like no.
Did you say point shaving? I want y'all to stop saying that man was point shaving. I want to stop it.
He was the only one not playing defense, so he had no excuse to miss those shots. Curry tried, couldn't. Draymond and Iguodala did, and Sean Livingston did the best they could. Clay chased everybody. So I gave them props. Harrison Barnes ain't do nothing but run up and down the court and miss shots. But no, you're right though, Dollar. I mean, like that's what I said. I was like, if KD's the one sitting in the corner and you running pick and roll at the top, and you got Clay in one corner, KD at another corner, and Draymond cutting to the basket.
And you can't just look at it in a vacuum too, and look at just the team that they lost against. You also got to look at the fact that Steph, I actually think he's going to come back stronger after getting beat up.
He's going to do something. Yeah.
Give him a little bit.
Yeah, I do feel like they're going to do that, but I don't doubt Steph Curry in his heart. However,
she said in his heart.
In his heart.
Here we go.
Heart.
However,
that means something. That's important.
Here we go.
That means something.
Here we go.
But you've also signed a dude who, because again, when looking at the East, and although the East have teams that are quote unquote coming, they're not there yet. And they're not going to be there next year or probably the year after that. So
I'd say the LA Sparks over a couple of teams in the East.
Yeah, so it's going to be Cleveland again is what you're looking at. KD never shows up against LeBron. So we've signed him for what? For who? Because again, Kevin Durant, and I'm not like anti-Kevin Durant, but when I'm looking for toughness and heart, I don't go to that guy. He's the only dude softer in the league than LeBron James. So, I mean, he don't ever show up against LeBron James.
Stop it. You were doing so well. You were doing so well the last few weeks about LeBron.
Absolutely not.
So well.
Absolutely not.
He's so well.
Hey,
but that's a shame. That's a shame that you think the two best players in the NBA are soft. Where is the league going? Where is the league going to?
Soft. As Dollar said on the last show, he was like, we sound like the people, hey, get off my lawn. Okay, fine. I sound like the old people talking about get off my lawn. Yeah. I'm willing to accept that. But yes, two of the best players, or quote unquote best players, soft. Because let's be honest, when you leave the team to go play for the team that drug you 3 games in a row to keep you out of the NBA Finals, that's a punk move.
You think so?
Yes. I'm used to dudes wanting
to
beat
if he would have, so let me
not join the man that they couldn't beat. Like, let's figure this out.
So let me ask this question. So if he would have went to the Spurs, would that have been a punk move?
I'd have felt better about that.
It's just another year. The Spurs beat them 2 years ago.
Because again, I'm not saying.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
But they just beat you. Like, they just drug you 3 games straight. After you had them up 3-0 6-1, and you were a complete no-show in Game 6.
I'm not gonna go as far as Punk. I'm not gonna say I don't know if I.
Okay.
I can't go as far as Saul. I ain't doing that to that man. I ain't doing that. I know you would do. You always do it. Tori, please get in here because she's cracking me up, dude.
You know what? I mean, the more I listen. When I first heard this, I was thinking just like Lanice was. That was my. I don't think he's soft, you know, but I definitely think that, you know, it's just a move that is just in my heart. I can't rock with that.
It's
just as me growing up as a fan. But people keep bringing in points like you did, Pete, about what if he had joined the Spurs and why is that?
I was just curious.
And I gotta be honest, it's hard for me to give a real good explanation because listen, I could say, well, Golden State just broke the wins record. And you joining the bandwagon of the team that was already the best team in the league. But the Spurs wasn't that far behind. How many wins did they have this season?
Spurs was like 4 or 5 wins.
Like 70.
And they only lost one game at home, which was the last one to Golden State.
And I wouldn't be mad if he had joined San Antonio.
But that's what
you know what it is.
But to me though,
I see you, man.
I feel like, well, it would have made, I don't know, just it made more sense to join the Spurs as far as because one of the reasons that they say he left is, of course, because, you know, he can't get the ball from Westbrook at the end of the game.
Nah, I don't think that's the reason.
You know, he gets frustrated because, you know, at the end Westbrook goes, you know, solo a lot of the times and whatnot. And you could see in some of the games this season the frustration there. And I'm sure that's not the only reason, but they say that's part of the reason. Well, in Golden State, there's still only one basketball. Well, look at how many shooters you got. They got one ball. It's only one.
Well, let me go back to that point.
I feel like he would have had a better chance, opportunity, whatever, in San Antonio, and I feel like that team would have fit him better for the way Pop operates and what they have in place as far as getting a trophy.
Now see, I disagree with that because I think that what Kevin Durant struggles with is the fact that the ball doesn't move in Oklahoma City. When times get tough, it's Russell holding the ball and it's Kevin Durant holding the ball, dribbling or holding the ball until the end of the shot clock. As opposed to when you go to Golden State, that ball is moving. It's whoever's the open man can shoot.
They have ball movement.
I think he fits well. I don't think he scores 20 points a game. He scores 20 points a game.
Well, but I think the thing about it is, so go back to your other point, the whole thing about Westbrook, I mean, come on, let's be real now. Kevin Durant he has not hit every game-winning shot that he had to take. So
no, absolutely not. I'm not saying it was a valid reason. No. I agree with you because I'm like, people can throw excuses about teammates with it. He better be lucky he had Westbrook the last 3 or 4 years. Okay, bottom line, he wouldn't have gotten to where he had heart. Westbrook is a killer.
But here's the thing about it though. Let's back up because what I don't want to do is give Westbrook more credit than what he deserves because he also blew a 3-game lead as well. So my point is, so no matter how much heart he had, he didn't play well the last couple of games in that series.
Not at all.
So what I'm getting to is KD can have whatever reason he wants to leave. To me, it sounds like that whole franchise is about to go completely, and I think he just jumped ship. And I don't know, but it just seems that because my point is Westbrook seems like, do you think Westbrook's going to leave?
Yes.
I think he is too.
Absolutely.
So I think they're going to be in a rebuilding.
I feel like if OKC was smart, they would go ahead and trade him. They would figure out how to make that happen.
They might.
Before the NBA, like if you can't do it right now, go ahead and make that happen before the NBA deadline. Because if not, you're gonna be stuck like Chuck come free agency next year. Yeah,
I agree 100% with that. They need to go ahead and just because the thing is, he can go to one team with an expiring contract. Nobody's gonna care. Send him to a contender, get a couple of picks, or whatever you can get out of it, money, whatever, and then let him figure it out with the new team. And you got to.
The thing is, if you're gonna make that trade, they need to make it before the season starts. They don't need to wait until the trade deadline because his value is just going to diminish because people know that they're going to be able to get him for free agency because he's not staying anyway.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, now don't get me wrong. The sooner the better. To go ahead and dump him. But they definitely need to figure out to make that happen. Like they need to just go ahead and be like, we lost KD, let's cut all our losses because he's not staying.
Yeah.
Like, but they definitely need to make that happen. And you're right. Like, just because the longer the season goes on, they're not gonna be able to get that much for him because people are like, oh, we can get him on free agency, and then we have to give you nothing.
Yeah, true.
So let me get Westbrook played it too.
He better play. He better at the 2.
He better at the 2. Could you imagine him with Damian Lillard?
No.
No. Think so?
No.
Them 2 cats right there?
No. Russell Westbrook need to play with a point guard like Mike Conley.
Yeah,
he need to play with a guy that's not looking for his offense.
That's
looking to get the ball to the scores. That's a
good choice because they need offense. They need somebody can just put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, but it's no need to talk about all this stuff. Okay, Russell Westbrook's going to the Lakers. I mean, that's it.
What I thought. That's what I think. I need to go to the Lakers because he's gonna go to the Lakers and just turn.
Or maybe go to the Clippers with Doc Rivers. Maybe they do a Blake Griffin for Russell Westbrook trade. Now you get Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook in the backcourt.
And that's serious. That's
I wouldn't want to play him. If that ain't the Isaiah Thomas Joe Dumars combination, I wouldn't want to play him. Westbrook is Isaiah and Dumars is. I wouldn't want to play him.
Yeah.
But I really think he wants to go to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's from the area, so.
Yeah, but I think the Lakers is his first choice.
Whatever happened to the KD going out back to DC, man? Like did John Wall's garbage season this year discourage him that bad?
Well, they said that he was he only talked to teams that were, as they called them, contenders. So coming out the East, you didn't have that many options.
But if Kevin Durant goes to the East,
that's what I don't understand.
It would be an instant contender.
That's what I don't understand about this. It's so
that's what I'm saying.
Open in the East.
He could have went to the Pacers, and the Pacers become a number 2 seed off the top.
Can we rewind back to this live show?
Okay.
To where I said that dude ain't got no heart. Take it back there because let me run that back. We're gonna reverse it. No, he don't want that. Obviously, he doesn't want the pressure of being that guy. Doesn't have a heart, doesn't have a stomach for it. Because if I'm that guy and arguably the best shooter in NBA history, because that's what they tell me, I can neither confirm nor deny, but that's what they're telling me. He could be the best, fantastic, phenomenal. I'm like, what? The East? You say the only team coming is the Cavs, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to Miami with Dwayne Wade. I'm going home to D.C. Because now I could potentially run this, and when we get to the finals, it's me and LeBron.
But see, and
everybody say I don't show up against them, but I'm gonna show them.
And that's why.
That's what killers do.
And that's why I wasn't. That's why I wasn't putting a lot of emphasis on LeBron making the finals 6 times, because if you're the best player by far in the East, your team is going to be probably right there to win it. And I'm not saying it's not a feat. But Kevin Durant could have easily went over to the East, man, and I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I would have. I mean, hey, Golden State. I mean, you can't be mad at him. I mean,
no, I can be mad at him. Let me get back on my.
Right, go.
Let me get back on my get off my lawn. My politically correct season is over.
Man, it's a new NBA, man.
Let's go.
It's the new generation. All I'm saying is this. Much respect to Kevin Durant. I know there's so much pressure with your endorsements and all the money that you're making and all your commercials where you got to have hardware to solidify that.
Basically justify all that stuff.
Justify all your presence and all this money that you get and stuff like that. But to me, and I don't care how many times you try to bring up old Charles Barkley after his prime joining Houston, or you try to bring up old Karl Malone and Gary Payton joining Miami and joining the Lakers, this is different. This is a player in his prime who is on a championship level team making a decision that it's too hard for me to beat those guys. I need to join them in order to get my hardware. And to me, just as a fan, we want our sports we tired of saying just it's a guarantee LeBron's coming out of the East, and you got the gauntlet coming out of the West, but now it's less of a gauntlet. The NFL, and maybe the NBA can learn from this, but the NFL is America's sport because of the parity that's involved. Now, some people believe that the parity really doesn't exist in the NFL, but if you have a quarterback or a star player, which is most likely the quarterback, then you have an opportunity to win. In the NBA, if you have a superstar player, then you have the opportunity to win. But that's getting watered down now because all the superstars want to play with each other. And that just makes the league worse. You know what I'm saying? I've been arguing with people that saying, hey, Kevin Durant don't want to be another Charles Barkley. He don't want to be another Karl Malone. He don't want to be another John Starks. Listen, the bottom line to me as a fan, and I think there's a lot of people who agree with me, who grew up in my era, and not that. I've spoke to younger kids who feel the same way, is that there's a certain level, there's certain levels to greatness. We hold certain players at a certain level than we hold others. And
Absolutely.
When you are the leader of your team and you lead your team to a championship, there's a certain level of accomplishment that's greater than when you go ahead and join these all-star teams. I mean, the proof is in the pudding for this year. LeBron's title this year is viewed more so as is viewed greater as an achievement than when he played with Chris Bosh and when he played with Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying?
With that. Mm-hmm.
And I don't care, Kevin Durant, go ahead, get your ring. But that's still not going to put you above a Barkley. That's still not going to put you above a Karl Malone. Damn it, it ain't going to put you in front of a Reggie Miller in my estimation. You know what I'm saying? So he's making that choice. So you go ahead, get your ring, and you can be regarded as whomever, but you're not going to be on the Kobe Bryant level. You're not going to be on the Tim Duncan level. You're not going to be on the LeBron level, and that's fine. If he's fine with that, that's fine. If he at the end of the day can say, hey, there's one Hall of Fame, and we all in there, and we all got our rings, and he wants to view that as being equal, go ahead. But you're not going to be viewed by the fans that way.
Well, let me just counter a couple points on that. I'm not counter, but bad choice of words, because I agree with you 100% in the sense. I mean, that's a good point that you made about the greatness piece of it. Is I think our foundation of what we saw in the 80s and the 90s and the competitive nature. I was about to say we're spoiled relative to the competitive.
Hold on, real quick. Let me interject because there's some real old school people that'll bring Boston Celtics up. And they'll say when Bill Russell had those great teams before you had free agency. But that's the point. This is at post free agency is the argument I'm making. All the players went to the same team and won all the rings.
Well, let's talk about that though. Let's talk about that because it really, like I said, to me, it was even before Charles Barkley actually made a move in his prime.
To go to Phoenix?
To go to Phoenix.
But who was on Phoenix? Kevin Johnson?
Kevin Johnson, Tom Chambers, Darren Marley was Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, they had legit all-stars. What I'm saying is not
really in his prime?
He was only in it. Charles Barkley was only in the league like 6 years, 7 years. He only played in Philly 6 years. Think about it. No, listen to my point. My point is, it didn't matter. He still lost. So what I'm saying is, regardless of what KD thinks might happen, there is still a possibility he might still lose, which will then diminish him even more. Because one of the reasons why we still give Barkley the credit that we give him is because of the way he played the game and the attitude about how he played. He did take his L's, but he took it like a man. He did try to sack a team. It didn't work. And like you said with Houston, that wasn't real. Whatever. The Lakers and Gary Payton, whatever. But my point is, we give Barkley wowed out at the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the best players out there. And we know that. We see the greatness. We know what Barkley can do. We know what he is. But Kevin Durant's making a move to make it easier. He's got to win it. Because if he loses with this,
where do we go from here?
That's
but my
true.
point is, when it
might be more pressure.
It might be more pressure on him because here's the thing about Steph Curry. Again, Steph Curry, people put him on the pedestal. I kept saying, don't put him up there just yet. Let the man be great for a couple years, and then we'll whatever. We know the man can shoot. We know he can light it up when he gets going, blah, blah. But he's still a point guard, and he can affect the game in different ways. But KD, 6'10", give my Stephen A, pull from 30, 7'2" wingspan, all of this stuff. This man is in a position, he's put himself in a position, he's got to get the chip, or he's going to be clowned. He's got to get the chip. It ain't going to be on Curry. It ain't going to be on Draymond. We'll get a little bit on them.
And that's the thing, because they've already done it without you.
That's what I'm saying.
So they don't need you. They don't, and even the GM, they were like the pitch that he gave to Kevin Durant, which, by the way, if you tell me that, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to.
I didn't know what's up.
The GM for Golden State told him, I mean, if you don't come, we can win another one, even if you don't come. Like, when the GM is like, hey, we want you, but we don't need you.
You shouldn't have told me that. You shouldn't have told me that.
That dude, and it was a quote. I got to find it. Like, the full
I don't believe that. That's fake Sports Center.
No, it's not. It was a
quote. I'm done, man. I'm the old man on the line.
Kevin Durant.
Get off my line, dog.
No, he said to Kevin Durant, he was like, essentially, it's kind of like
disrespectful as hell, dude.
Exactly. And that's kind of like, when a chick is talking to a dude, and it's like, I mean, yeah, you great to have around, but I can run all this by myself. I don't really need you. You just like to have around for so-and-so. I mean, it's like, I want you, but I don't need you.
Man.
Golden State treated that dude like the side piece. I mean, you good, but if you don't come, that's cool. We can still win another ring without you. He was like, we can probably win another one or two without you, even if you don't come. And I mean, and if you don't come, you might eventually win one with us. Like, that's exactly how the quote went. But together we could probably win multiple championships. Did you just tell me you don't need me?
Man, you doing the Black Adam Shepard or something, man. That ain't
Nah, man. Hold on. You're going to make me go, because I want to say I retweeted it on my Twitter account, because it's on Twitter.
That just messed me up right there, dude.
No, I hope that's not true.
But why she's finding that quote? The one thing I do like, though, I was looking at some of the players' tweets of the players, and cats like, some cats was like, bring it. They was like, whatever, go to Golden State. Some of them cats was just like,
yeah, no doubt.
They were just like, bring it. Damian Lillard was like, bring it. I'm gonna try to take your head off anyway. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Cats ain't been sitting back, oh my God, they're gonna score 200 points. And Cats was like, yeah, all right, bring it. Because
and what's crazy though is, and this is what is so great about, this is what I love about this era, is social media is so profound and is so widely influencing and ranging, is that when you put stuff out there, it comes back to bite you. Now, Kevin Durant put a quote out there when LeBron joined up with Miami or something. There was a past quote where he put up saying, oh, everybody want to join the Lakers. Everybody want to join.
Hold on. I didn't find that just yet. But breaking news 3 minutes ago, Dwayne Wade is leaving Miami and going to the Bulls. It's official.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yep. It says Dwayne Wade said this was an extremely emotional and tough decision to leave Miami and head
everybody
home
going home, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody going home. It's a damn thing, because good luck, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Good luck, Dwayne. They rebuilding over there.
Here's my thing. You going home to a team that ain't even a contender.
They a contender in the East. Jimmy Butler's still there.
But they can get rid of everybody?
Paul Gasol left. Got another contract. I'm 7 feet. Can I get a contract?
Well,
7 footers just get contracts. Tory, 7 footers just get contracts just to get them.
Who did they get? Like, they let everybody go.
The Bulls.
The worst thing
the Bulls did is let Tom Thibodeau go. Let's just leave it at that.
Why? See, this is what
you don't like Tom Thibodeau?
This is what drives me crazy about the damn NBA. It's just when you had the opportunity to go home when Derrick Rose was in his prime,
right?
Joakim Noah was healthy,
right?
When Jimmy Butler was there, and all they needed was one piece.
A young Jimmy Butler, like a young Scottie Pippen, right? Just ready to play, just dunking on cats.
They got Rondo.
Oh, whatever. Just
So, look, I mean, I'm trying to look and see what the hell is going on.
This dude still getting contracts.
What is that? I mean, I understand.
See, this is what I
don't
like. This is what see. But the new NBA, this is what I don't like about the new NBA. Just like I can't stand about the journeyman quarterback in the NFL. Why do these cats just keep getting contracts? Why is Rondo still getting contracts? Why?
Because the owners have to spend the money. They have to spend
it. There's a lot of people in the league
that's what the collective bargaining agreement is about.
I know, but it's just
the money. It is going up next year, so y'all gonna see even worse contracts. When I see
Dellavedova got like 30 million or something like that.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
Mike Conley, I think Mike Conley got the richest total lump sum contract in history or something like this, something astronomical, like 150 million or something like that he got. So I don't know what it is, but I need to know those facts. But that's what it is. And yo, you ain't never gonna hear me complain about these guys getting their money. Get your money.
Get your money.
No, but and that's the thing though with Kevin Durant, because everybody was like, some folks that was trying to say that this wasn't a punk move and he didn't. I was like, hey, they were like, if you get a better job offer from the competition, you would go. And hey, man, first of all, let's not play ourselves.
Yes,
Kevin Durant was getting paid anywhere he went. He was gonna get the money, so it wasn't about the money.
Yeah.
And on top of which,
and they can offer you more.
On top of which, though, Kevin Durant, an average mofo like me. Yeah. I expect better from my superstars. I'm sorry. I hold you to a higher expectation than just the average Joe out here
Oh, man.
So
especially
stop all that nonsense talking about, well, he's a dude that plays a game for a living. I want to hear all the nonsense about if you go to the competition to take a better paycheck. That's not what this is about. Yeah. That dude was like, I can't beat them, so I'm going to go play with them because I needed to be easy.
And that's what he said. He said it was a basketball decision. He didn't say it was a business decision. He said it was a basketball decision.
It wasn't a business decision. He was going to get his money.
KD, I'm trying to find something to help you out here, bro. I'm running out of stuff.
Hey, listen,
I'm running out of stuff. Like I said, he going to go. He going to play ball. He going to get paid.
Speaking about what we spoke to earlier, it'd be a good article to just write about the parallels between the rap game and the NBA. Okay, in the rap game now, when people come at you and they want to come at you, when they want to come at you on a record, if you're so big, you just say, I ain't got to respond, I ain't got to fight, I am who I am, and that's how it is in the NBA. It's like, listen, I don't care about all these people talking about this and that and talking about how it's a weak move and all that. I'm just gonna have my ring, and that's that. Regardless of what people respect the struggle. People respect seeing that path. And listen, Kevin Durant's had a struggle. He had, he went up against LeBron and lost. He went up against Golden State and lost. But man, you was right there. All you was doing was missing a piece. Now you done went ahead and said, I'm just going to join the other pieces. So,
Torrey, I don't even think they were missing a piece. They just didn't play well. That's the thing that's bothering me. I don't even know if they were. You see what point? I don't even think they were really missing They blew double-digit leads in every freaking game.
But I think that's part of the piece that they were missing, is that when they needed someone who can handle the ball and not turn the ball over, it'd be nice to have another point guard where you can put Russell at the 2. When you had a James Harden who handled the ball in crunch time. When you had Roberson, who was an obvious offensive liability in crunch time when you needed baskets and they found them and stuff like that. Oladipo, to me, was that piece. This is another guy. He's better than He's better than Waiters. Okay, you have Waiters coming off the bench, and you got another guy that's in the starting lineup that can actually.
Some guys are just better at coming off the bench. Deion Waiters is absolutely better at coming off the bench because you just turn him loose, let him shoot when he gets the ball, and sit him back on the bench. And he's effective in that. But yeah, I just thought like I said, to me, it just seemed, like I said, when you have a team and you are winning the game by double digits in every single contest, they had them down double digits, whether they won or lost.
Yo, I
just can't believe that you would just leave that and not just build. And here's the point. We were a little skeptic about Billy Donovan. But let's be real. I don't know if Billy Donovan didn't coach as well and they lost but he did okay. And to me, you got him, and now they about to basically just pull the rug from underneath this dude the next couple of years with KD leaving. I'm just like, and then Westbrook probably gonna leave. I'm like, you had a good team.
That's the nature of the NBA.
Yeah, and that's what I think with, when you think about like, trying to compare, like you said, football is the American sport. We do know there's some knowns in football right there. There's certain knowns. Like there's parity, but I think when you look at like the AFC, there's a little less parity than the NFC, but it's okay because even in the AFC parity, nobody likes each other. Like the nature of football, the Patriots don't like the Steelers don't like the Ravens don't like the Broncos don't like the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? So right. Those teams are going to be there, but they don't like each other. Yeah. And nobody's really trying to jump ship to go to the other team. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about Ravens going to be Steelers. You don't hear about Patriots going to be. I mean, every now and then a Patriot might go to be a Bronco or whatever, but the bottom line, they don't like each other. Yeah. And see, like in the NBA, everybody likes each other.
And you build those rivalries up.
Yeah. Everybody's like, you can't believe the rivalry. Like even with, the only rivalry that I believed in the last few years, the only couple rivalries I believe the Pacers and Heat rivalry. I believe the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. When they was rival, when it was going at it, like those are certain like games when you was watching and you saw that was like these dudes really do not like each other.
I think you just stumbled upon, or at least to me, you made a great point in what you said. One of the subtle points that you made is maybe that is the reason why players are so apt to join each other now and go to these teams and create these superstar teams or these all-star teams, if you will, is they all friends. They all grew up playing AAU ball together, all of that. And Dwayne Wade tweeted out when Kevin Durant made his decision, he said relationships mean something. That was Dwayne Wade's his tweet. So maybe
but now that was a shot at Miami.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was a shot at Miami because really, Dwayne Wade didn't want to leave Miami, but Miami doesn't want to pay him.
Of course he didn't. He played there all his career.
Yeah.
I mean, what's missed in that whole thing is that Dwayne Wade actually was the one person that played there his whole career, and now he's changed. Like, he's going home. So it's like...
Right, but that's Miami's fault because sometimes you just need to figure out...
Pat Riley's losing the touch a little bit, is he?
No, he's not losing his touch. He's making the same point that Lanice made earlier, is that if you want to make this argument about it's all business, and if a competitor gave you more money, all right, well, Pat Riley made an executive decision. He looked at his franchise, and he looked at the ability. He looked at should I pay an aging star in the league who's not who he once was a maximum amount of money when I can invest that somewhere else.
He came off of his best year in the last 5 seasons this year.
But he know they're not winning no championship. He know that's not happening.
But here's the thing, and here's the other thing, though, where Pat Riley, though, jacked it all up. Because regardless of if they're not winning the championship this year, they need to sell some damn tickets. And Dwayne Wade was the reason that your arena was still packed.
Well, what if you get Russell Westbrook next year?
Is that, hey, that ain't no good thing right now. That ain't no good thing right now. But the thing that really ticked off Dwayne Wade is that they were like, we only have $40 million. That's all we can give you. But then they made the pitch to Kevin Durant. They offered him way more than $40 million, and they were like, don't worry about the money. We'll go back and make it work and get the numbers right.
No doubt.
Hey, man, you can't screw over that dude that bought you 3 championships.
You talking loyalty.
Like that.
You talking loyalty.
And that's exactly why when Kevin Durant made that move and Dwayne Wade tweeted out relationships matters, that was a shot to the Heat. But who he really ought to be mad at is his boy LeBron, because he would have got his money had he not opted out of his contract 2 years ago when LeBron went back to Cleveland. But he opted out because he thought LeBron was coming back to Miami so that they could make the salary structure work together to keep both of them. And then LeBron turned around and was like, oh, I'm going home. LeBron screwed him. I don't know why they still boys. You done jacked up my whole paycheck. I'm looking for you in a dark alley. I'm slashing tires. I'm busting out your windows. I'm doing all of that because your boy screwed you royally.
Let me change the subject, but kind of stay in the same same book or whatever. What?
I can't find the quote, man. I'm trying.
Don't worry about it. It's I believe you. I don't have a reason not to believe you. I mean, come on.
But
now.
I promise you, I saw that quote.
We share the same Aggie blood, so I got to roll with you. I ain't gonna roll against you.
I promise you, I saw the quote, and the GM was like, basically, we don't need you, but we want you. But if you don't come, it's cool. We still gonna win championships without you. Who says that?
Let me ask this question though. When you look at the NBA right now, there's only one superstar that I can think of, or like legit, like it's been in the league a little bit of time, has paid a little bit of his dues. There's only one person I can think of that I think might try to make that move. Well, two. Well, Carmelo ain't going nowhere. He's stuck in New York. But the only other person I can think of that might do something like Kevin Durant would be Chris Paul. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else that was in that position that they're considered one of the top 15 players in the league?
Tried to, but the league
right. I'm just trying to think ahead. Like, what should we anticipate? Like these super teams. Like who else in the league would actually like a top 15 player that's played, let's say 8-9 plus years, that just begging to get a ring to solidify his career. I think Chris Paul is the only person I can really think of right now. Maybe David West. Maybe David, because he just went to the to Golden State, I think, right?
Yeah, he did.
So maybe David West. I mean, David West was a legit all-star for about 5 or 6 years.
I could see Paul George at some point making that move.
Yeah, because he kind of stuck. They ain't doing nothing out there.
I could definitely see.
But he doesn't really have any homeboys like that.
Yeah.
He got
Papa John's.
Like, you stupid. Like, you mentioned Chris Paul. Like, there's dudes in the league like LeBron and Dwayne and them and Carmelo. They like Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really rolls with dude like that.
Like that's why I was just trying to think, because
Anthony Davis. I see Anthony Davis doing that.
Eventually doing that. Yeah, he probably.
But he hasn't been in the league long enough.
Nah. He got to pay his dues a little bit more, but I can see him. He got to stay healthy, man. That boy, he got to stay on the court, man.
Yeah, but I can see him. I could see New Orleans not being a big enough market for him.
No doubt. No.
Dude is, when he's healthy, the dude is a monster, and nobody knows it.
$47 million deal to go.
Wow, I really can't believe that.
You mean to tell me the Heat couldn't find $7 more million for that dude? That is bogus. That is so bogus.
Wow.
At least he should have went to DC. Play with.
That is so bogus.
Dude, he could have went.
You couldn't find that man $7 more million. You couldn't.
That's strictly about the money.
Shake the rafters or something. Nothing for Dwayne Wade after all he's done.
I can't think of anybody, because a lot of the greats or the guys that we've seen play snuck and got one. Like the Jason Kidd, all the guys that retired now. But I just can't. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else right now from a pay their dues perspective that didn't already like. When I think about Kevin Garnett and did Ray Allen? So he's gone. Is Ray Allen just done? I mean,
there's rumors that he's talking to Golden State and Cleveland about joining them.
I can see him in Cleveland. I can
see him in Cleveland. We don't need no more shooters.
I was about to say, damn, we go to Golden State. You're talking about arguably the last 3 best shooters we've seen shoot the damn ball, other than Reggie Miller.
You mean the last 4?
Last 4.
Right.
And I love Ray Allen.
I keep forgetting. What am I talking about? Klay Thompson is a beast. Dude, Reggie Miller come out of retirement and come off the bench. It'd be over. 5 best shooters. Hell, go get Larry Bird.
Curry. I think Klay Thompson's probably the better shooter between Thompson and Curry.
You can argue that.
Yeah, I would argue Thompson's a better shooter than Curry.
Man, hit what, 11, 13?
As far as a pure shooter, no doubt. I think Curry.
Here's what we don't need. We don't need no more offense in Oakland. No more.
Let's go get Reggie Miller. Let's get Larry Bird.
Line in the sand.
Let's just get Mark Price. Let's just bring Mark Price back. Let's go get all the great shooters and lot them up in Golden State. 10 shooters.
Let me get nobody. We didn't talk about this. So what's going to happen with these Hawks with Dwight Howard? What do you think about that move?
Oh.
The city down here, they buzzing.
Let me put the camera on myself real quick so you can see it. Who gives a damn?
Dwight
Howard is done, man.
And I feel like the whole.
But you know, on the low, he had similar numbers to. They showed the graphic the other day. Not DeMarcus Cousins. Name another center that's not DeMarcus.
You talking about Drummond? Maybe.
Yeah, similar numbers to Drummond this year. 16 points, around 12 boards.
So let me ask you this question. 16
you in
points
Atlanta, how do you feel about it?
No, but this is my point. This is where we've gone to now. 16 points, 12 boards.
Hey, no centers
I know
in the league,
I know what they're saying, and there's no centers in the league, but that's the point I'm making. The game doesn't revolve around the big man.
It's not inside out anymore.
So if he can't get me 8 blocks and 20 boards, I'm not saying he's irrelevant, but it's nothing that's going to get different. He's not a difference maker anymore. Like, he's a good player.
That I agree.
Yeah. He's a good player. He's going to get numbers because he's 6'10", 6'11", but it's not going to be a difference
and he has, what is it, 7'2" wingspan or 7'5" wingspan or whatever he said.
6'10", 7'2" wingspan. Free throws. Nah, but I'm just saying, I think it's a good move for Atlanta
as wide as the court,
to try to sell a few more tickets because they're gonna be hot early on. But then when they start losing a few games here and there, man, I mean, you got rid of Jeff Teague. You got rid of Teague, man. I mean, let's be real. Teague is not a superstar, but the dude can play. You know what I'm saying?
But they got a guard. They got a guard here that was back.
Oh, what's your boy?
Schrader.
Now Schrader with the Schrader with the little goal. Yeah, okay.
And he was playing in the fourth quarter and finishing the games in the playoffs.
That's true. I thought they was playing. Yeah, but
I don't know, man. It's just changed the whole NBA and the way that we work.
Different, man.
No,
we accept mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? It's like we back in again. Allen Houston making All-Star team. How many points you score, Allen? 16 a game. But I'm an All-Star. What?
Yeah.
Right.
Serious?
But
there's only a handful of teams that actually have a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, well, and that's like I was in a debate yesterday about the Kevin Durant thing and all this stuff, and I was like, look, man, greatness is clearly watered down now, especially in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And if y'all are okay with that, then fine. But you can't ask me to respect it. You can't make me respect it. I just won't. I don't care if it's old lady, get off my lawn, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it is what it is, and I get that, the league ain't what it used to be. And so, which is one of the reasons why I don't really watch it until playoffs, because, now everybody get paid, and for the first half, dudes is running up and down the court, throwing up the peace sign. Mm-hmm. And waving to the fans and their jump offs. I mean, ain't nobody really playing hard until after All-Star break. Let
me ask one last question before it gets too late. Yeah, and I agree. This is my question is, to me, there's two things that's happening that's making us the fans, and that's why Dollar, get your site rolling, dude, because I'm gonna be on it myself. But the thing I think you guys will agree with this is you got it coming from both ends. You got all-stars and superstars running to play with each other instead of branding and leading their teams and their franchises when they have an opportunity to do it, and you got talent that's coming in that's not developed. So if you stack a team, and that team is stacked with the players that actually have finally developed, right? Because let's be real, we knew Steph Curry was a good shooter and a decent college player. We had no idea that he could take it to a certain level at times to at least to get recognized as an MVP. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Whether you agree with that or not. But my point is, it took him some time to get there. Yeah, he had an injury here, whatever. But it took him some time to get there, and that's what we've got to wait. We got to wait on, okay, what's the next surprise superstar coming out of these crops? We think Karl-Anthony Towns might be one. We think Wiggins might now come around. These guys. But until then, all the superstars are playing for 2 or 3 teams, and then you got a bunch of teams
are playing with each other.
That graphic you pull up with Development League, because that's really what it is. It's absolutely the truth.
Yeah, but
Development League.
No, man, Pete, you killing it tonight, man. I mean, just to add to your point, but once they develop, then they do the Kevin Durant, LeBron thing. They go play with the super team.
Right.
There it is.
And here's the thing, and that's my other thing that I had to point out, where we come with heart and soft and all of that stuff. Like, everybody's like, well, KD did this, and this, and he's even. And I said, but here's the reality of it. Nobody was running to come play with Kevin Durant.
That's
Nobody.
a good point.
Nobody was running to come play with Kevin Durant. And let's be honest, nobody has ever been like, except for Shaq, nobody has ever been running to go play with LeBron. Nobody has ever been like, I'm going to give up everything to go play with LeBron. I'm going to take a cut, this, that, and the third, whatever. No. Nobody was like, I'm going to run do that. Like, when Dwayne Wade played with LeBron, he was like, okay, I can take a salary cut, but he coming to me, and it's my house.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, and even now that LeBron's back in Cleveland, like, nobody is going, we need to get to Cleveland to play with LeBron James. It's like, oh, he playing with these dudes that might be scrubs, and he probably should have kept Wiggins because Love is really just a role player. But nobody is running to play with these dudes, whereas with Jordan and, you know, people argue nobody wanted to play with Kobe. Kobe got greatness out of his teammates in a different way. He might have bullied you, but he made it happen.
A few people went to go play with Kobe, and they were happy to do it.
A few people were like,
and they were happy to do it.
They were like,
Paul
I
is
give a
happy.
good hot if Kobe don't like me and
Think
don't
about
talk
this.
to me in the locker room.
Paul Gasol was going to rot in Memphis.
He was going to rot in Memphis and was
he
like,
went to the Lakers, and all of a sudden, every year he's going to get a contract until he decides to retire because he's 7 foot and he's got 2 rings. So anyway,
got 2 rings. And how did he get it? Because when they lost that year to the Celtics, no, Kobe wasn't, you know, super kind or whatever to him. He was on the mic and he was like, if Paul would play like the big man that I know he can be and give his heart all the time, we can win a ring. Everybody was like, that was rude. I'm like, it might have been rude. Next year, that was rude.
Maybe Kevin Durant is just, maybe he's just, one argument is maybe he's just ahead of the curve. To your point that you made earlier, Pete, is just like, yo, maybe he knows that other players are going to do the same, so I might as well go ahead and get mine now. Because the truth is, yo, everybody's excited about this young Minnesota team. Karl Anthony Towns, Wiggins, Levine, who else? Whoever else they got, Rubio, they got some other talent that's in there, and everybody's excited about that. And Tom Thibodeau's trying to get Jimmy Butler, but the truth is, in 3 years, 4 years, somebody's gonna say, listen, Minnesota's not a big enough market for me. I need to get more money. Y'all not gonna give it to me. I'm out. If you look at this situation with Golden State, this isn't after Kevin Durant becomes a free agent again, and then Steph Curry got to re-up his number, and Klay Thompson got to re-up his number. Them dudes not staying together.
It's done.
You know, so.
It's done. And here's the thing, real quick, that Minnesota team might be something similar to the Golden State team in 2 or 3 years. Might have a 2 or 3 year run, right? Because Mark Jackson in their front office put that team together to be competitive, and they just happened to gel and have some of the better, best shooters. And these guys had 2 great seasons. It's not. I mean, it's basketball. It happens. You shoot, it goes in, you win. So my point is, with Minnesota, you might get the same thing. You might get a splash from them because think about it. As good as the Spurs are, they still, LaMarcus Aldridge is good, but let's be real. These guys they're good, but I think with Duncan, and we ain't even talked about Duncan. I mean, is he leaving? Is he gone? I mean, what you think? I mean, I think it's hard to tell with Duncan, like the quietest top 5 player of all time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude don't say nothing. He just puts up a 5 like this and go, y'all forget about my 5, and then just walk away. You know what I'm saying? And his 5 is legit. Even when David Robinson was there, he was like, my team, 5.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying is that, like you said, you don't even know what's going to happen, and then when something does happen, 1 or 2 moves by a superstar or an all-star, and everything just shifts. It just leans. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's skewed one side. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just think OKC, they perfect example of that. I mean, their nucleus was supposed to be James Harden, Serge Ibaka, who wanted to actually be a center then and block shots, not shoot threes, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook. That team was supposed to be running the West, and now you got Russell Westbrook sitting there like, you think I'm staying? I'm going to complete it. I'm out of here, too. Yeah. I'm going to go to L.A. and get that money, get that fame.
Yeah, you can replace Nick Young out here playing with damn firecrackers. You see that craziness?
Nah, I thought Nick Young was just trying to get his family life together.
No, this fool was. They had somebody put something up. He was holding a firecracker in his hand or something, and the damn thing blew up.
He'll probably get $20 million in this next contract.
Right. Man, shoot, but man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to get off this joint.
All right.
Hit the hay, as they say. And yeah, Dallas, just reach out to us, man, and we'll hook something up next week, bro.
All right, man. I'll send you a text.
All right.
Y'all have a good week. I'm gonna see if I can get Dwayne Wade leaving. You know, because they're about to give you all the rundown now on the Heat. The new Sports Center just came on.
Oh, okay. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah. I'll give it all to you.
All right. Later.